I won't never let this go. Wait until the final show, where I'm shedding all my clothes. Come and see me head to toe. Haven't been awake this long, but I'd rather just be gone. I'll need another wake-up call, or something that'll keep me moving on. I might try your meditation. Maybe that'll rid of all the stress. Come and see how everything.
Good morning, everyone. I just got out of my morning check-in with my team. It's basically just a quick 15-minute meeting we have each morning at 10:30 a.m. to kind of go over any work updates and let the team know what we're working on today, what we worked on the last work day, etc., etc. I actually have a pretty packed day. Let me show you. I have so many meetings today. I have another meeting in about 30 minutes, and I want to make, oh wait, 1 second. Actually, I lied. I have another meeting in 10 minutes, and I want to make some oatmeal before. Let me just put you guys on my tripod real quick. This is just a maple and brown sugar Quaker Oats packet. Actually, I might just do a yogurt bowl. It'll be quick. The only problem is there's like no granola left, and I forgot to get some. I'm using about a cup of this Fahe non-fat Greek yogurt. I like pretty much all the Greek yogurt, all the brands. Anyway, yeah, I have a pretty busy day today because we're coming off of a 4-day weekend. So we had Friday off because it was Labor Day. We had Friday off because it was like a company-wide day off. I think I mentioned this before, but they give us a Friday every 6 weeks off. And this has been happening ever since we started working from home. And then on Monday, it was Labor Day. So we had a 4-day weekend. It was so great for the soul. Today, we have to do all the meetings that we normally do on Fridays. Like, for example, our demos we're doing today at 11. I didn't even realize that. So I have to prepare something to demo to my team. It can be really anything that you worked on, so it's not that big of a deal. I already actually had a pretty hectic morning because I was so sleepy this morning. I actually had a doctor's appointment at 8 a.m. that I slept through. Like, that's so rude of me. It's okay, I let them know, but I was so tired. And I don't know for what reason, like I went to bed at like midnight, which is a normal time, and I'm usually okay to wake up around 7. Could not wake up this morning. So that was already like a wrong start to my day, but that's okay. Oh, if you're new here, my name is Marsela. I'm a software engineer based in Los Angeles, California. This video is just gonna be a week in my life, so I'm gonna take you guys along. It'll be so funny, let me show you. Look how much there's left in here. That's it. Sad. Also, this is my first week in my life or day in my life in my new apartment. So if the lighting and the angles are weird, I'm working on it, and there's just boxes places and stuff like that, so we'll just deal with it. But anyway, I need to hop into the meeting because somebody just started the next meeting even though it's 4 minutes early, so that's a little bit aggressive in my opinion. I'm gonna just jump into that now, and I'll catch you guys later. So it's now like 12:13 to be exact. Speaking of my background, I made a mood board this past weekend. I had so much time, it was great. I made a mood board for my phone and for my personal laptop. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a tutorial at the end of this video because I've been finding this super motivating. Anyway, I have about a 45-minute break. My next meeting is at 1 p.m. and I want to present something at this meeting. It's like a weekly engineering sync for our team. Anyone on the engineering team can bring up any engineering topic to talk about. One of my points of feedback for my manager is to present more in group settings because I am new to the team, so I haven't felt super comfortable making the last decision on things. but he said that you just need to believe in yourself, like you have great insight and you should just feel more comfortable speaking up in these group settings. So I am taking his advice and I'm gonna try to present something at this upcoming engineering sync. So I'm gonna plan a little bit for that. Speaking of my manager though, I have recently been working on improving the art of the one-on-one, and I have a bunch of tips. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a chat session later in this video as well, where I kind of just go over the things that have been really helping me with my one-on-ones lately. I'm gonna prep for this meeting now, and I'll chat with you guys later because I guess we have a lot of things to talk about today. So see you later. So I got my notes ready for the meeting. For my personal life, I have like an aesthetic Notion board and like have various ways of managing my notes. But for work, I use the Stickies app on Mac. I use the notes. I just keep docs of important information that I need to remember. Anyway, not super organized. It is now 12:49. It is T-minus 10 minutes until the meeting, so I'm gonna make coffee. Now's around the time when I am starting to need it. You guys, I was not filming. That's so not satisfying, but I don't even have time to be mad because it's 1 o'clock and I need to join my meeting. I just had my meeting. Everything went well, I would say. I brought up a few things that I think could be improved and kind of just went over the proposed solutions with the people on my team. It's just good because generally we don't have a meeting where everyone is there to like give an opinion if they need to. It's like I'll ping somebody and they'll be like, oh, this sounds good, but maybe we should include person C in on this conversation. And then I'll set up a meeting and they'll be like, oh, like we should really have this other person. It's kind of just like nice to have all of the engineers on the team in one meeting and kind of throw out things, and anyone who does have an opinion can contribute. And my boss was there, so hopefully he noticed that I presented. Again, it was like one of those action items that I gave myself because my manager told me that I should present at more group things, so I feel really good about that and accomplishing that this week. I'm gonna take a quick break. I just got 2 package notifications. I don't know which ones they are. I've ordered so many things with the move and like having to furnish an old apartment by myself. I literally have ordered, I apologize, I feel so bad for contributing to this much consumerism in terms of all the environmental factors that comes with shipping packages, but honestly, there's like people that travel by private jet, so I'm fine, but I just, you know, my own personal guilt. Anyway, gonna go pick those up and then I'm gonna keep working. Got another meeting later.
I wish I could fall in love with you another day. I'm missing a couple words that I should
package are my sheets. I know everyone's on the Brooklyn and hype train because they've been doing like so much influencer marketing, but Buffy sheets are insane. These are eucalyptus sheets and my boyfriend has them and they're like literally softest sheets. Not at all sponsored, but highly recommend. I'll link the ones I got below, but I got a new sheet set for my bed. On the second box, it's full of Princess Polly items. I'm gonna film a haul. Go check it out. I'll link it here. But yeah, so excited. I love Princess Polly.
I got nothing to say. To tell you the truth, if I was you, I'd be running away by now.
You're going up.
Fall in love with you another day.
The pros of having a standing desk.
Cloud, it always tends to float away. Now it's raining from
Currently 2:34. I'm gonna go take like literally a quick walk because I have to be back before my 3 p.m. meeting. Let's get going.
I don't wanna keep you here waiting. Wish I could make it okay by now. But I got nothing to say by now. To tell you the truth, if I was you, I'd be running away by now. Wish I could make it okay by now.
Impeccable timing. I just got back. I heated and made some lunch, so I made some salad, cucumbers, tomato, romaine lettuce. For the dressing, it's light Caesar with a little bit of sprinkles of sriracha, some leftover chicken piccata. I'm gonna have this for lunch and then join my meeting because it's now 3:01, so it probably just started.
Look up at the sky, ask it why are you all so afraid? Never thought that I could describe such a lonely place. Now there's always space, nothing can replace. Letting go of you was my one mistake. Counting every day, no I'm not okay. I just wanna say
Hello, I've been working. It's currently 4:25. I'm doing like a live room with Career Karma. I'm gonna be in there for 30 minutes and anybody who's in the room can ask me questions. I think there's also a moderator that will ask a few questions to start with. Yeah, I'm excited to try it out. It looks like a pretty cool app. It looks like this would be like my go-to app if I'm switching careers and I want to get started. 4:30 now, so I'm gonna join and I will chat with you guys later.
You're already awesome. Also, I just sent you an invitation to speak. If you're able to accept it, you can pop up to the speaker section. Otherwise, feel free to just raise your hand.
look up at the sky, ask it why are you always so far?
Oh, awesome. This is so cool.
Never thought that I needed light just to see in the dark.
So I didn't have a chance to recap my Career Karma experience because honestly my voice is killing me and I also needed to wrap up some things at work, but I did want to talk about it a little bit. Essentially it was kind of like a clubhouse room where it was me and the host and then a bunch of people were listening in and then people could ask questions. A lot of the people were either in a boot camp or they were looking to start a career in tech, so there was questions about all sorts of things like how I got started, any interview prep tips, etc, etc. And they host rooms like this pretty much daily. They have all sorts of people like me who are already in tech. There's also like designers, people who are in leadership. Like I think the VP of engineering from Twitter has like a course on Career Karma, and essentially all they're trying to do is build an online community of peers, mentors, and coaches to kind of be there with you along your tech industry journey. It has a ton of resources and it's really the easiest place to find US-based job training, and they help over 1 million people each month. If you're watching my YouTube videos, you're more likely than not to be interested in either joining or maybe you're already in the tech industry, and I feel like you'd be a great fit for the Career Karma community. Like I said, a ton of resources at your fingertips. If you join using the link in my description, you get early access to their new mini coding bootcamp. And if you do check it out, let me know how you like it and whether it's a good match for you. I always like to make sure the things I'm recommending are actually helpful to people, so Anyway, yeah, that was kind of my TLDR on the Career Karma experience. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video. And now we'll just jump back right into the video. So I called it for the day of work. I honestly didn't get much done outside of my meetings today. Between my meetings, I try to catch up from like weekend stuff or after all of my meetings. I was looking into an immediate bug that someone brought to my attention, and then I was making some tickets from stuff that came from the discussions in the earlier meetings. So I didn't get like a ton of just heads down work today, which is not typical. Like normally in my videos, you'll see I have like maybe one meeting a day outside of my everyday stand-up. But anyway, so I'm gonna prep some things for dinner. I need to marinate the chicken. I'm gonna make chicken tikka masala. Might not be the traditional one, it's just the recipe I follow. And so I'm gonna prep the chicken marinade, leave it in the fridge while I go work out. And then after the gym, I'll cook and it'll be delicious. So that's kind of on the agenda for the rest of the night.
Taking it slowly now, baby. If I take you round, taking it slowly now, baby. I think I'll drown. Don't you ever leave my side. I just wanna take a ride. Take it slowly one more time. I just want you close to me tonight.
Hello. So it's been like a week since I last filmed. I just had a week last week. Like I think I mentioned, I was just having such a hard time like sleeping, waking up. I just was really tired throughout essentially like the entire week. It really wasn't my week and I wasn't able to film just because, again, I was tired, I had to work, things just weren't going my way. I know sometimes the art of editing really makes it look like I'm always on and I always have everything together. And while I do like to always be on and have everything together and I feel the best when I do that stuff, I just wanted to say that that's not always the case, but I feel a lot better this week, especially after a weekend of rest and I slept in a lot. That's just a really long explanation or excuse of why I didn't film the whole week and also of why I haven't done my one-on-one tips check-in with you yet. So if you're interested, keep watching. If you're not, this is basically the end of the vlog portion. So about the one-on-one situation, if you're new to my channel, I actually switched teams. I was on a team for about 1.5 years and then I switched teams within the same company. I came from a very small team. It was just like 3 of us, very tiny team. That meant that my manager was pretty much fully aware of everything that I was doing, all the work I was putting out. Because it was such a small team, you know, you kind of know what everyone's up to, right? And so like, you know, our one-on-ones were pretty casual. I didn't really need to put in a ton of effort because we were always in sync. We didn't really need to use that 1 hour each week to get in sync because, to be honest, we are all already in sync in such a small team. Coming from that, I switched into a bigger team. As I was like assimilating into the team, I noticed as time went on, I kept feeling like my manager just wasn't like 100% in sync with what I was doing. You know, he wasn't aware of all the different things I had been doing throughout my time on the team. I did some like reflecting. I was like, why is that? And I was trying to figure out the best way to communicate, you know, all the things that I'm doing, because generally your manager is the biggest advocate for you. They usually assign you work, so they're going to be in charge of like what work you get. They're going to be in charge of your promotions, you know, advocating for a promotion for you. In general, that's how it works throughout the tech industry. And I just felt like I wasn't doing a good job of keeping my manager in the loop. And I realized that was because I was taking our one-on-one sessions to be super casual, which is nice. It's still a good time to have those casual conversations with your manager to, you know, build that rapport and build that trust. I realized I need to have some structure to my one-on-ones so that I feel like my manager was fully aware of all the work that I was doing. He was aware of any improvements I was making. He was aware that I'm taking his feedback and actually acting on it. Like, I just wanted to make sure that things are being tracked. So now that you have that background, I'm going to give you the few things that have helped me over this last month or so that I've been implementing to make me feel like my manager and I are more in sync. The first thing is I keep record of all of our one-on-ones, and I share this with my manager. So essentially I just have one big Word document, and I put entry each time we meet. In this Word document, I make sure I have my work updates, so let him know any actual project work that I've been doing, but also keep him in the loop of like how I've been helping team members. I just keep him updated on things that I feel like he should know, or things that show that I've been contributing even beyond my role. Before we go into the meeting, I write down all the updates or any questions that I have for him in the meeting. And then during the meeting, I will write notes below my update, and this can just vary from any feedback they might have or any action items that you need to make sure you do before the next meeting. This has been an insanely helpful portion of keeping this record. Keeping this record of these are the things I told you I was going to work on, and then looking back on that maybe a week or 2 weeks later and being like, oh, I actually did do that. That process helps build trust between you and your manager. In addition, really show your manager that you are dedicated to improving and you follow through with what you say you're gonna do. And for myself, it's also been super motivating because I'm like, oh shoot, we have a meeting in 2 weeks, so I should really make sure I follow up on that point before our meeting. So it's really encouraging for even my own progress. It'll keep me moving along. To wrap that up, keeping track of meeting notes in a doc that you consistently reference back to has been super, super helpful. Some other things that I've done outside of that is I will give work updates. Like I mentioned, I read in the doc, I will make sure I update on any important thing that I've done, whether it's project related work, whether it's helping a person in the team like pair program, because sometimes that's not in a ticket, but you actually did it. So your manager should be aware that you're actually helpful and you go above and beyond your role. This is super important because often when they're putting you up for promotion, they need to back up their claims with specific examples. So he can say Marsela's a great mentor, but if he has no examples of me mentoring people or helping people in our team, then he won't be able to back up that claim and it'll feel less valid to the person reviewing my promotion case. So this is actually super important for that matter too, but also just keeping track of things you've been doing. Tip number 3 is to ask for feedback. So my 2 favorite go-to questions are, what are some things I've been doing well and that I should keep doing? What things can you improve, or what things can you do more of? And this is a really good way just to see the biggest things that he or she wants you to improve on. So you know exactly what they're looking for and you can work towards achieving that. It doesn't have to be overnight, but you can keep that in mind as you're going through your day-to-day and try your best to kind of incorporate that feedback. Those are like my 2 go-to questions for asking for feedback, but you can form it in any way that you like or that you're comfortable asking. The last thing that I've been doing is giving feedback. One thing I've been doing recently is letting him know things I would like to work on. So I'm like, oh, I would like to work on this type of project, or oh, I would like to work on a project that has a outside stakeholder. So that means like working with another team. Any sort of feedback that you think could improve the team, you can just bring it up. Obviously, don't be rude about it, but I think managers always appreciate feedback. Not only does that show that you care enough about the team to want to improve it, but is helpful for them to have like a good understanding of what people think is good or is not good with the team. This is only if you have it. You don't have to have some feedback each meeting, but I've noticed that my manager is really receptive to any feedback that I offer. And yeah, those are the biggest things that I would say have really helped my game, my one-on-one game. I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you in the next video.
Don't you ever leave my side.